Hi, I'm Kim. I'm a sailing instructor and I'm here today with AndyCamper to help teach you about knots. So let's get started. Here are some of the most useful knots to know. Make sure you practice them because you never know when you might need one. The type of rope you choose is almost just as important as the type of knot that you choose to tie. Some ropes are stronger than others, some are heavier than others. Some are made to float and some are made to sink. So make your choice wisely. Natural fibers like manila and sisal are light and cheap, but they can also be much weaker than man-made rope. They can also rot easily, so if you're not worried about the knot being overly secure, you can use this rope, just don't leave it out in the sun or the rain for extended periods of time. Synthetic rope like nylon and polypropylene are stronger than natural fibers and can be inexpensive. Some of them do float, which is great for water, and they are stretchy but still strong. Exotic fibers like Spectra and Vectran are very strong ropes, but they can be very expensive. They're great climbing ropes and can be great when used on a boat as well. A bowline on a bight is a knot that forms a loop in the middle of a line. So when you don't have a free end handy but you need a loop, this is a really good one to use. A buntline hitch is a knot that's used to attach snaps and rings to a rope or cord. It's a very reliable knot, but don't use it for climbing. A cleat hitch is a type of knot that you can use to attach to a cleat on the dock or a cleat on a boat. This type of knot is very useful when tying your boat up for long periods of time. A constrictor knot is a knot that's used to tie up loose materials, things like bundles of twigs, bundles of poles, or the ends of bags. It's simple to tie, it grips itself, and it won't work loose. So a really easy one for you to learn. The figure 8 knot is one of the strongest knots. It can be used as a stopper knot at the end of a rope, or it's also used by mountain climbers to attach themselves to a rope. It can create a really strong and secure loop. Super easy to learn and a really fun one to do. Double fisherman's knot is a knot that can be used to tie loops, 2 different size rope together, or a secure climbing knot. The overhand knot is used as the start of many complex knots. It's one that you'll want to learn though, so when you start becoming a little more advanced in knot tying, you'll use this one a lot. The rolling hitch is a very strong all-purpose knot. It can be used to tie the ends of 2 ropes together. This can be really beneficial in the case of an emergency when on a sailboat something happens sometimes called a winch override. And you can use a rolling hitch to tie the ends of 2 lines together when they're under a lot of tension to help get you out of an emergency. A round turn and 2 half hitches is a knot that's used to securely and permanently tie a line to something. It can be very useful to tie your boat up to a dock or even to tie your fenders onto your boat. A sheet bend is a type of knot that you use to tie 2 ropes of different sizes together. So you can take a skinny rope and a fat rope and tie them together to make one long rope. This can be very useful when you need to tow maybe a very small, not heavy boat behind, but don't use it for climbing. We wouldn't want to tie 2 of these together and try and climb up a tree. A square knot is a type of knot that you can use to secure bandages or tie 2 ropes together. So if you need to make a sling, you can use a square knot, or if you need to tie 2 pieces of line together to make it longer, a square knot is a great one to use. Taut line hitch is used to tie a knot at the end of a rope that's pulled tightly. It's a good, universal, simple hitch to use. It can be tied and untied very easily and is secure, but you do need to be careful. It is safe to use when you fall overboard to tie yourself on. A trucker's hitch is a knot that you can use to tie a load down on top of the car, on your boat, on horseback, just about anything. It's a very, very useful knot and can be tied as tight as a guitar string. A water knot is a type of knot that you can use to make loops and slings. You only use it though with flat rope, not round rope. So remember, there's different kinds of line to use for all of these knots. So make sure you choose the right kind of line for the right kind of knot, depending on what the purpose is for, whether you're using it for a boat, whether you're using it for climbing, or just having some fun in the backyard tying things together. So thanks so much for coming out with me today. I hope you've had a lot of fun. I know I have.
Visit the website to try this and tons of other activities that we've built just for you. Check out AndyCamper.com. Come on, campers, let's get outside.